Hi, it's Robin. I've got here my Timex Sinclair 1000, the very first computer I ever owned, and it's hooked up to this Electro-Home TV, which is exactly the same model that I had when I was a kid. Huge thanks to my friends Golan and Ian who helped get this to me. This has really been a dream to own one of these again. Now, when I got this computer, I had no software for it. It doesn't take cartridges, it doesn't have a disk drive, it does have cassette input and output, but I both couldn't get that to work, and even if I could, I didn't know where I could buy any software. The one and only way that I was able to make this computer do anything was to program it myself. So my mom went out and got this book, 101 Timex 1000 Sinclair ZX-81 Programming Tips and Tricks. This was the first computer book I ever owned. It says it's programming tips and tricks, but really it's 101 short programs that you can type in. And the one that really made a difference for me was this program number 8, Drawing Sketches. It's kind of like a very simple Etch-a-Sketch program. That's the whole program there. And I'm going to type this in today for the first time in 38 years, and maybe I'll explain a bit of why this program meant so much to me. So let's give that a try. Just going to put in my book holder here. So this picture is no worse than what I grew up with. It's just the same, the noisy RF output, and this is just how it is. So when you start the Timex Sinclair 1000, it has a K for a cursor in the corner. And let's go ahead and type this in. 10. And this computer kind of forces you to use these shortcuts on the keyboard. I'm looking for CLS. There it is above V. And enter. All right. Hey, we got one line done. Maybe this won't take so long. 20. Let X equal, oh no, hold down Shift, delete. Let X, you gotta hold down Shift to get the red keys here, or the red functions, equals 32. Enter. 30. Let Y equal 22. I think when I was a kid, I had a lot more patience for this. 40. Okay, where's plot? Up on Q. Plot X, comma, Y. Hey, there's something Commodore Basic doesn't have. A plot command. Let, whoops. I forgot the line number. 100. Let a string equal in key. Oh, that reads the keyboard. Where is in key? Oh, down there. Nope, that did a B. Shift. Well, what I want is down there. In key string. If I hold down Shift, it'll do the asterisk. How do you get those functions on the bottom that are under each key? There's a Shift key. Okay, maybe Shift, Enter says function. And now if I press in key, yes. I seriously haven't programmed on this for years, like, well, decades. Okay. Line 110, if the dollar sign is Shift U for some reason. If a string equals, quote, quote, then, where's then? So if I didn't make that clear, you can't just type out the word then. Oh, there it is, up on Shift 3. Then go to 100. Okay, so it's going to loop back to just read the keyboard again. Line 120, if a string equals quote U, close quote. Oh, then shift 3, let y equals y, shift plus 1. Enter. Okay. 130 if a string equals quote D quote, then let y shift y minus 1. Enter. Okay. Line 140, if a string, I guess I used to be faster at this, shift R, quote, then let x equals x, shift plus 1. Enter. Oh, we're getting there. 150 if a string I'm not making this up, this is barely getting easier for me, equals L, then let x equals x minus 1. Oh, no. Shift, delete, minus 1. You gotta shift, enter. This is taking so much of my concentration that I'm not even giving any real insights here, but I think so much of game programming is here. Oop. So many of the fundamentals of game programming are here in this short little program. Okay, 200. Oh! I bumped the power cord. It didn't reset though. That'd kill me. 200. I'd already typed that. Okay, plot x, shift y. 210. Let a string equals quote, enter. Kind of surprised that they've got another plot XY there. Okay, well, I guess it never goes back to that one that's in line 40. 220, go to 100. Wow, okay, it's done. Oh yeah, I never read the text. Now you can draw lines, rules, diagrams, maps, charts, boxes, anything you can imagine on the face of your TV set. Use the computer, capital C, computer keyboard as your pen and its video output as your ink. So lines 120 through 150 accept your up, down, right, or left commands as U, D, R, or L. No other letters will work. Line 200 draws your lines. Okay. It's a lot of interference there, eh? Okay, here we go. Run. Enter. Okay, so there's our dot in the middle of the screen. That's what line 40 was about. What can we do here? Left, L for left. Oh, nice. That has auto repeat. Up. R for right. And D for down. There, we made a box. Let's keep going down. And left. And up. Take it. There, it lined up. There, that's an 8 for 8-bit and program number 8. So the program has lots of flaws. Like you can't see where the cursor is now. So I'm going to move left. Oh, there it is. Down. Right. up, up, left. Anyway, you get the idea. Okay, why this program mattered to me in 1983 was that so much of the basics of making a game were here in this very short program. It has the concept of the X and Y coordinates, the plot command to actually just draw something on the screen, the keyboard input, up, down, right, and left to modify those X and Y positions and then replot the new position. And it has a loop that just continually runs. So this tiny bit of code on this very, very kind of terrible computer, but I love the thing. It was how, I had a computer in my room. I couldn't believe it, hooked up to a TV. Oh, by the way, this doesn't have a color output anyway, so black and white TV was totally fine for it. So to have this and have a book full of ideas like this, that was amazing to me. So many of these fundamental game ideas are here in this short program. Okay, how do we get out of here? Shift. Oh, there. Space or break. There. And there's a list button here. So it's interesting that line 210 bothers to clear a string. You'd think that in key would just clear it anyway. So I will get rid of line 210. Can I just do that? 210, enter. Yeah, it's gone. Now what happens if we run now? Right? Yeah. That line was totally unnecessary. Kind of funny. List. Okay, now, how does this work? Shift, edit. Oh yeah, it brings up line 10. And then if I use these cursor keys up at the top, like Shift 6 to go down, it'll let us go through each line. Okay, now what I want to do here, this is mostly unplanned. I hope it works out. Okay, so now the cursors point at line 100. I'm going to go Shift Edit. Okay, there's line 100. Now I'm going to Shift 8 to move over. And Shift 0 to delete. And I'm going to change that to variable B. Enter. What I'd like to do is have the cursor continually move. So I think what I'll do is 105. If B string is not equal to null, then A string, nope, then new, then let, right, that's why the let command has to be there to switch from like command mode, the K, to L, the letter mode. See how the cursor indicates what kind of input it expects next. It's kind of like a context sensitive. Then A string equals B string. Enter. Oh, why didn't it insert? Oh, okay, so I made an error there. That's S means it's a syntax error. At least it shows where the error is. So I'm going to cursor all the way left. And where I put the not equal to, I used two characters for that. Shift, delete, delete. Instead, there's actually a single symbol, single token, I guess. Shift, there. Okay, so it looks the same, but it has to be entered with a single keystroke. Okay, so now I'll press enter. There, now line 105 has been inserted in our program, and I hope it works. Run. Enter. Oh, does that mean I have an error down at the bottom there? Yeah. Error 2. List. Maybe I need to let a string equal quote quote run. Okay, no error this time. I guess I just had to declare a string before I tried to assign it. Left. Yes. See, now it's continually working or running. Up. Right. Okay, so now it's kind of like a snake game or something, eh? Down. Oh, off by 1. Down, right. Down, left. So if I let it run off the screen, it'll probably die with an error. Oh, no. Right. Normally if it stops, then there'll be a line number. Okay, probably up. There we go. Oh, the screen is kind of glitching out there. Shift and break list. Okay, so that's one little example of how the program could be modified. And I know I went through many iterations like this myself. I'm not going to bore you going through every one trying to figure it out again. But that's just like the process I went through when I first typed this in back in 1983. That little program, and then starting to modify it to make it run in real time instead of just only at keystrokes. That's part of a game. Maybe I figured out a bit of collision detection there. I really don't remember exactly. Maybe for a few of you, this is nostalgic. Maybe for a lot of you, think all you've learned is like, what a terrible computer. This computer was really important to me because it was the first computer that I could afford as a kid with just a paper route. I didn't keep it all that long. In fact, because of that load and save problem, I was ultimately unsatisfied with it. I couldn't get to load or save to cassette. And then I did return it after some number of weeks. And then in 1984, I was able to buy a Commodore 64, which of course is a vastly better computer. Just how things were changing so quick back then. But for this short time I had this computer, it was a very good learning experience for me with programming. And it was just so exciting to have this set up there in my bedroom, 1983. All right, thanks to my patrons for their support. Thank you for watching, and we'll talk to you next time. I brought home my first computer, hooked it up to the black and white TV. Tiny flat membrane keyboard, set it on a desk my grandpa built. The computer came with an instruction book. I read every page but needed more. So my mom found a red covered book, 101 Timex Sinclair, 1,000 tips and tricks.